What up, what up? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Jay and we are locked in. We got a new TV series on HBO called Task. And if you know me, I like action. And what I've seen in this first episode, this is definitely something I'm looking forward to. Now, it's given perspective from both sides, the FBI side and from the criminal side. Now, it's not a large-scale organization that's committing crimes, but this task force is put in place to try to stop and figure out what the hell is going on in the city. And we needed a new series. This comes on HBO every Sunday. So before we jump into this and we break down episode 1, if you like cops and robbers, bad guys doing bad things and the good guys trying to prevail and take them down, then Task might be a show for you. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on your notification bell so you get something every time I upload. Make sure you hit that like button, and I'm on that road to 60,000 subscribers. So if you can help the brother out and hit that subscribe button, let's go ahead and jump into it though. This is episode 1 of Task on HBO. Starting the show off, we see our two main characters, FBI agent Tom and our guy Robbie the trash man. Now it's showing both of their routines of how they get started in the morning. Tom, he's at the house pouring up coffee, sticking his head in water full of ice to get prepared. And we see Robbie is taking care of some kids at his household and he's getting ready to go to work as being a trash man. Two different lifestyles, but both get up and put their pants on the same way, one leg at a time. What we see is a typical work day between Robbie and Tom. Tom, what is he doing? He's at a fair, and it looks like a work fair, and he's putting out pamphlets to join the FBI. Robbie, he's driving a trash truck, him and his friend Cliff, and what they're doing is taking trash bags and they're going through it because they see potential drug dealers, and they go in the bag to see what exactly are they throwing away, because you can figure out how a person is living by going through their trash bags, and that's what they're doing. So now Robbie, they spotted a trap house, and Tom, he's at home drinking. Tom likes to be out in the wilderness, and we see him in the garden. He likes birds, he can hear him chirping, and then he has his daughter, Emilia. Now, I'm not sure if Emily's adopted or not because she looks like she may be mixed race or black. And he's like, hey, how you doing? And she's kind of like, I'm not really talking to you. She's about to head to work, and he's like, hey, I made breakfast. She's not trying to hear that. You know how those teenage years are. You're a rebel. So she scoots out, and he's kind of like, damn, she isn't close to me anymore. So something happened between Tom and Emily or within the family for her to feel that way. Robbie and Cliff, they take the trash truck and they go and have their lunch out in the wilderness. Now, this is some white people stuff, but hey, it is what it is. When you drive a trash truck all day, you got to find the joys in life. Now, they're sitting out here, and when Robbie was riding into work, he heard about online dating. And we find out that his wife, she left him a year ago. Her name was Karen. So he's asking Cliff, have you ever been on online dating? Cliff is like, nah, I don't want to use my real name. So they joking around and come up with fake names. But really what they're out here doing is plotting. And we heard Robbie talking about getting your own island. So it seems like Robbie's trying to stack up some money. And we know about the drugs that he's seen in that trash bag. So it looks like that's the route he's trying to go down to get up out of this rat race. Tom, it looks like he's just trying to make it to a retirement. He's out here passing out pamphlets at this job fair. No one really wants to work at the FBI. And he got a package. And in that package was some binoculars. So he's looking around, wasting time because no one came over to his table. And then this black man comes over. And it turns out he just graduated and he's an accountant. And Tom is saying, well, I was in psychology, but look at me. I'm in the FBI now. So he's trying to convince him to come over. So he tells the guy to take a card. I don't think he's really going to care about joining the FBI, but he's like, hey, man, it might be a career for you. So this is what Tom's job consists of. Going to job fairs, trying to convince you and I to join the FBI. Now, Robbie, on the other hand, he's driving a trash truck. Remember, he's scouting to find trap houses. Now, Cliff is on the back. He hops off. He gets the trash bag. And when he throws the trash bag inside the truck, Robbie goes in it. Yesterday, we seen a bottle of pills that were empty. Today, we see a scale. That means they're weighing it up. They threw the bottle away. Now they're putting it in bags. Now they're weighing it. So Robbie tells Cliff, tonight is the night that we're going to go and rob the dope dealers. So that's what they do. This is actually a low-key operation right here. Pretty clever. Drive around in the trash truck because you can go through everyone's trash and you kind of know what their schedule is like. So we're going in tonight. Now, Robbie and Cliff, they don't do this alone. They go and meet up with this guy named Peach Boy. They pull up on him. He's fixing a car, and he's the third member that's about to go and rob this trap house later on tonight. Now, when they get there, Peach Boy, you can see he's really with whatever. If you want to do it, then we gonna do it. So he's like, well, if y'all really gonna go do this robbery, I'm in, because I need money to put a down payment on a wedding ring, because he just got engaged to who knows who. Maybe a junkie, you never know. But he's in. So now this 2-man crew, this wolf pack went from 2 to 3, and we kicking in doors tonight. Tom goes down to talk to their lawyer. Now, it turns out he has a son by the name of Ethan who is in jail for 3rd-degree unaliving, and that sentence carries between 5 and 15 years. So what he's doing is talking to the lawyer like, how can we finagle this? Is there any way we can get the lowest amount of time? And the lawyer's saying a family witness impact statement. Basically, Emily. He's asking Tom, have you talked to Emily to go up there and say that her brother Ethan was a good guy? He doesn't need to do 15 years. Let's try to get him 5 years, home in 2 years, 3 years probation. But he's like, nah, he hasn't really talked to Emily. And that's what takes us back to when we first seen her. And we were wondering why they aren't so close, because Ethan is in jail, the brother. So, she probably feels a certain type of way. We get introduced to Robbie's family. Now, he has a niece by the name of Maeve. She's here and she's watching Robbie's 2 kids. Now, his son is a wild animal. He's running around and he's calling Cliff Uncle Trash, because they work with the trash company. Uncle Trash, okay, take the trash out. And Mom, she's over here. She's handling business. She's cooking for the kids. She's watching them while Robbie's at work. He goes into the refrigerator. She just cooked, and I don't know what it is. The son said it looks like dog food, but he goes in there, he grabs some ice cream. She's like, I just cooked, and trust me, none of us are eating that. That's like macaroni with peas in it. I don't know what they're doing. Tom goes to see his daughter Emily. She's up here serving these ices. She's working. And Tom comes up there. But remember, he talked to the lawyer. He's trying to get this impact statement. So he's like, hey, can I talk to you? They sit down and they have the conversation. But you can tell she's distant. She doesn't want to talk to Tom. And he's trying to apply that pressure. Hey, you going to go up there and say that Ethan was good? She's like, do I have to respond to that right now? She's not trying to hear that. That's the last thing on her mind. She probably loves her brother, but she doesn't want to think about this. Well, the robbery is going down tonight. Robbie goes in there to talk to Maeve and let her know, hey, a couple of my friends came in town. We're going to go out and do what we do. And he forgot about her birthday. She's 21 years old. She's been 21 for 9 months now. She's hitting a little bit of the marijuana, just to kill the nerves. And she's like, well, go do what you got to do. But basically, Maeve, she's been holding it down. While Robbie's out working and doing whatever he's doing in the night, she's watching the kids. And for her, at 21 years old, these aren't her kids. She's not trying to be a stay-at-home mom of kids that ain't hers. Robbie picks up the crew, Peach Boy, Cliff, and they headed over to that first trap spot. Peach Boy, he a little bit different. So what Robbie is doing is trying to calm his nerves a little bit. See, Robbie hit the weed, so he's a little chill. But he's like, listen, just close your eyes and picture yourself on an island and some beautiful women are coming up to dance with you. I don't know what Peach Boy is doing in that back seat, but he's enjoying this a little bit too much. But we need to get focused, because we're about to pull a kick, though. Shh, be quiet. The 3, they head to the house. Tiptoe. They go in there and they all have on Halloween masks. First guy on the couch puts the toolie to his head, duct tapes him. Robbie goes upstairs. The next guy laying in the bed. Let me tell you something. There's nothing worse than having a deep sleep and someone waking you up. But imagine waking up with a gun to your head. Pistol whip him. Bow! Put the gun in his mouth. Where's the money at? When there's a gun in your face, what is the procedure? You tell him where the money is. He said the money is in the toilet. They grab the money in and out. Gone in 60 seconds. That's the fastest couple of bands I've ever made. The next morning, Tom gets a text from his boss, Kate. Get your butt to the office right now. She's on the phone and she's going in on somebody. He comes in here and he's tired. We know that Tom likes to hit that bottle a little bit. We're not judging here. Sometimes you got to drink and knock off what you did yesterday. But when he sits down, he finds out that they're forcing her to retire. But before she retires, they're putting together a task force. And this task force is because there's been a couple robberies around the city. It's a crew of either 2 to 3 guys. They wear masks and they've been robbing bikers. Guess what? That's our crew, Robbie. So Before she leaves, she's putting him on the task force. And he doesn't want to be back in the field. He wants to continue to do admin work. At this age, you want the easiest route to retirement. Robbie and the gang, they go and celebrate. So they're jumping in the quarry, they're swimming, and then they get a text message. They got a new lead. So they hop in the trash truck. They go over to this other house, and what do they see? One guy outside watching. They collect the trash. Now Cliff is looking and he's like, damn, this guy is staring at me a little bit. So it's kind of awkward, but this guy doesn't know what they're plotting to do. He's just a drug dealer watching a trap house. Now we do hear Robbie say, man, if you scared, let me know. But Robbie ain't scared. Robbie's trying to get that bread. He wants to get that money any way possible. We get a backstory of what's going on with Robbie and Maeve inside of this house. Well, Maeve, she ends up going out because she wants to get away. She's 21 years old. Robbie comes back. He goes in her room. He gets some weed. And then she comes in with a guy named Trip. Now, her and Trip, they get ready to get it on. But he's in the closet and he doesn't want to watch it. So he comes out. She gets mad. He gets ready to fight the guy Trip. And then we get the backstory. Well, it turns out Maeve is his niece. Her dad passed, which is Robbie's brother, and left the house to her. And she let Robbie move in after he lost his job and his kids. So that's why she's watching the kids and letting him live there. And she's like, listen, you need to get your ish together. She's tired of sneaking around. This is her house. Be clear. This her daddy's house. And Robbie's like, damn, you right. Tom, they gave him a seized house. It's terrible. It stinks in there. It's abandoned. Dead raccoon up under the front porch. Don't ask me how I know. But he's putting together his task force. Now we have Aleah, we have Anthony, and we have Lizzie. All of them are here because they were handpicked to be on this task force. And this is where they're going to be operating out of. And each person is going to get a bedroom as their own office. He sent out the briefing of what's going on. Aleah and Anthony, they both paid close attention. They reviewed it. But Lizzie, over here on the right, it looks like she's going through a divorce or a separation. She didn't read anything. So we know who the loose cannon is out of the crew. Aleah, she seems like, hey, I'm doing things by the book. She's a germaphobe. Anthony seems like he's straightforward. Whatever you need done, I'm going to get done. And well, we got this task force. And we need to bring down whoever these robbers are. All the small talk is behind us. It's time for the big heist. We look for action in all of our TV shows. And well, they got that new lick. They go in there, 3 of them. They tie up the first guy. Then they go and get the girl. They throw him in the bathroom. The guy starts to recognize their voice, and we find out that Peach Boy already lost his gun when he was trying to get the girl. So right now it's a scramble. It's not going how it planned. We was going to tie people up, find out where the money is, pistol whip a couple of people in and out. But the gun is gone, and these two, they aren't cooperating, and they think they recognize Robbie's voice. So Robbie's getting upset. Peach Boy lost the gun, so it's like, damn, we got to figure this out. And the guy sitting down, he says, this isn't going according to plan, is it? Yeah, everything is messed up. It's a shit show right now. Nothing goes according to plan. Peach Boy lost his gun, so he's telling Robbie, let me get your gun. Because somebody comes into the house, they pull up. So now the 2 people taped up in the bathroom, they make a noise, up here, up here. The dude comes up here. Peach Boy goes down the stairs to go take him out. Bow! R.I.P. to Peach Boy. They leave him slumped on the stairs. Cliff grabs a gun. He goes into the closet. He ends up fighting the guy. Whole time he's fighting him, Robbie's in the room looking for the other gun that Peach Boy lost. He finds that gun, comes in the hall. Boom! R.I.P. to that guy, the one that took out Peach. And now Cliff got his gun, and the 2 that were in the bathroom, bow, bow, bow. I'm talking about bodies on bodies on bodies on bodies. Everyone's getting dropped in this house. We lost Peach Boy, but we still got Cliff and we still got Robbie. This was a botched robbery from the get-go. As Robbie and Cliff are leaving, he sees a duffel bag, and the duffel bag got some weight on it. So it's either some dope in there or it's some money in there. Either way, we're taking it. But when they get ready to walk out the house, a little boy comes from out the basement. He's like, are you my dad's friends? Robbie looks and says, yeah, we're his friends. Did you hear fireworks? He's like, yeah, there were fireworks. But Robbie does the unthinkable. He takes this little boy and they leave with the boy. So not only is there bodies in the house, a robbery happened, they kidnapped the boy. Well, Tom, the rest of his task force, they show up to the house and they're wondering where Lizzie is. Turns out Lizzie ain't too much of a loose cannon. She was canvassing the neighborhood asking if anybody's seen anyone. Now, they said that there was a little boy in the house. We know that Robbie just took the little boy to his house. So they're walking around, they're canvassing the area, they're looking, and they're just trying to find any kind of clues. Because the boy is missing, there's 4 bodies upstairs, 3 from the house, and 1 was a part of the robbery crew. This is all over the place. But Tom, I don't think he expected to get into this the very first day that the task force was assembled. All right, there you go. Episode 1, The Task on HBO. Let me know what you think about it. Some people were telling me that it was slow. I'm looking at it like we got action. We got the storyline moving. We're getting backstories, but the storyline is progressing. We got 2 robberies. We got 4 bodies. We got a kidnapping. I'm messing with this show. I'm not gonna lie to you, but let me know what you think about it. And if you haven't watched it, again, it's on HBO. I'm Modi J. We're on that road to 60,000 subscribers. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. I'm out.
Jimmy on the beat, boy.